chips are rolling in. The good times are stronger than ever. This is where you belong. Listening to the other show. Welcome to the other show.
Started off Saturday morning. We went to Kent's for breakfast.
Yeah, you're welcome, by the way. Eggs are really expensive, so I hope you appreciate it.
Actually, I'm a little offended that you slammed the door in a 3-year-old's face.
You know, she was rude. She didn't tip me. You know, I made some French toast just for her, and she said, I want German pancakes. I was like, no, kid.
Look, can you blame her? She's got taste, and you didn't have marshmallows. And that's kind of the whole point.
I made her a pancake with a face.
Can I tell you how long I've been planning that joke? Like, I'm legit walking around the Kent supermarket with our donuts, and I'm like, I'm going to make this joke. And Kent just played like
right
perfect.
Into it. I'm a
bump,
sucker.
set, spike. Love it.
Hey, I'm not a cook, but I can make breakfast food. So, listen, I'm not even going to say that. I would say let's have breakfast sometime, but Spencer, I have a feeling you're better at breakfast than any of us. So,
I don't know.
I'm pretty good at breakfast stuff too.
Are you? Okay,
Yeah.
what's your
You know what?
specialty?
The problem is my specialty is omelets.
Yeah.
The problem is I'm allergic to eggs now. So
Because of the price or what? No, just
no, it's called aging, and
You mean egging?
yeah. So like I can't eat eggs anymore.
Yeah.
And I mean, I can a little bit. It's the egg protein, the egg white.
Yeah.
So I've tried to do egg yolk, and it works, somewhat okay. But
Yeah.
if I get too much or even a little bit of egg white in that, it's a laxative. And
no.
Yeah, it's no bueno. But I used to make some pretty good omelets, and in fact, pregnant women would actually request my omelets. My
Hold on.
sister.
Okay, I was gonna say, were you just like in your house, and then all of a sudden there was a smell emanating from your house? The pregnant women are like, "What is that? Is that?
I mean,
is
it was
that
bountiful, so it's like
that
the
a-
story.
yeah, is that Jay Snow Hansen omelet?
Yeah. No, so my sister, though, whenever she was pregnant, she would request one omelet that I would make. I mean, she ate it almost every other day. I kid you not. It's an apple bacon brie omelet.
Wow.
I know, and that sounds kind of weird.
Yeah, but it could
But
work.
The thing is with the apple, you have to get the Granny Smith.
Mhm.
Yeah, of course.
And you cook it just long enough so that it takes out some of the sweet tartness out of it, but it keeps a little bit of that in there. When you bite into it with the bacon and the brie, I mean, it's perfection. And
Wow. Okay, you're
every
making
pregnant
breakfast.
woman who requests it craves it.
You should just like make a diner for pregos.
Just call it Pregos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's great. All the other food that
okay.
Josh makes too is great for pregnant women. So
and strange.
Are you going
Like
back to
strange food.
my bologna peanut butter sandwiches
Yeah.
or something?
not yet, but we'll get there.
Yeah. Okay. So Spencer, you took your daughter to a grocery
I
store.
did. I
named
took her to the
Kent's.
grocery store.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she did all the grocery shopping. So we picked out Paw Patrol Danimals, which she
Yeah.
informed me she doesn't like after she bought it. I realized why they put all the cereal at the eye level they put it at. It's for toddlers. Because she
Right.
informed me this weekend that her favorite cereal is Lucky Charms.
Oh.
Not Raisin Bran. I'm a little hurt.
No, listen. Good for her. I mean, she needs to evolve still
Yeah.
because it's either going to be Marshmallow Mateys or something better.
2
Fruity
scoops
Pebbles.
of fun. She doesn't realize that yet.
Well, here's the thing. I told her no. I was a good dad and told her no. And she went grocery shopping with mom later and came back with her Lucky Charms.
Yeah.
Okay. Mom,
Okay.
nicer than I am, apparently. Because we sat down, we poured out her Lucky Charms. And the reason she likes Lucky Charms is because this child lives on a diet of marshmallows. That is it. If we only let her eat marshmallows, that is all she would eat. The donuts she picked out, yeah, she licked off the marshmallows and sucked out the cream. Didn't eat the rest of the donut,
What?
just the marshmallow stuff. Okay. She's fluffy.
That's how
Okay.
you get allergic to eggs later in life, by the way.
I was going
Like-
to say, because that was my habit as a kid.
Right,
So
exactly.
you got to change something here.
Well, and the funny thing is, like, she picked out all the marshmallows and then dumped the rest of the dry cereal on Howard's plate and said, "This for Howard." It's for Howard.
Howard likes it.
He likes it. Yeah, sure. But that's not the proud dad moment. The proud dad moment came that evening when she calls to me from the room and says, "Dad, we play your game." What game is this? Because I play. She's never seen me play games because I don't like playing games.
Yeah.
She hasn't seen me play video games because I only play when she's in bed. She comes walking in with my D&D starter set. And she wanted to play the dragon game with me.
Wow.
And melted my cold heart.
Yeah.
So we sat on the floor and she rolled her dice so she could beat the dragon that was on the cover. And I tell you what, she destroyed that dragon.
I mean,
Man,
did you get a nat 20 or did you get like a 3? And you're like, yeah, you know what? You're high charisma. You're fine.
Yeah, like her charisma's off the chart.
Yeah.
She could charm, the black off rice. I don't know.
Not a saying, but sure.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if I should take that out.
That's so cute, though, that like do you play Dungeons and Dragons a lot, or do you just have a game box with the dragon on it?
No, I've played multiple campaigns of Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
We played for bonus episode.
Yeah.
We did a Dungeons and Dragons homebrew.
Right.
So I'll play. I haven't been able to get like a long going campaign because I'm a dad and other dads, like finding time sucks.
Yeah.
So it's just been sitting in my office and she pulled it out by herself and she's been asking to get the dice out ever since so she can play Dad's Dungeons and Dragons. And I'm just so proud of her. She's going to be my little nerd.
Like,
Yeah.
It's
Dad,
gonna be
why,
beautiful.
Dad, why do you read newspaper articles after every roll?
We were cleaning up her books today and she found a Young Jedi comic book and she wanted to sleep with it. My heart has been melted this weekend, guys. I'm so proud of my daughter.
Here's the question
Precious.
after last week's episode. Did you shed a tear?
Oh, I did. I totally was crying while laying on the floor, rolling my D4 and her D20.
That's cute. That's so cute, Spencer.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'll be honest, like one of my proudest propaganda parenting moments is when I was playing Arkham City on the PS3, and my daughter was very little, and she goes, "Who's that?" And she points to Batman, who I'm playing as I'm gliding through the city. And I said, "Oh, that's me." And I just meant like I'm playing as Batman. I didn't really kind of think of it. And she goes, "That's you?" And I said, "Yeah, that's me." And she's like, "Oh, cool." And then like the next week in church, she comes out of class and she has a picture, like a stick figure drawing, and it's Batman and he's on his knees. And I said, what's this? And she goes, that's you and you're praying. And I was Batman. And I was Batman.
Love
And
that.
I was
That better be up on your fridge still.
Oh, I bronzed that thing. I mean, I was so proud. I'm like, I hope your teachers ask what's going on in this picture because this is the best. By the way, Batman doesn't pray. Okay, he prays Prey. Okay.
Oh, whoa. Back up. Canonically, he's Catholic.
Is he? I mean, it's not
Yeah.
Daredevil.
No, but canonically, nope. Sorry, apologize.
Okay.
Canonically, he's evangelical.
Is he?
Non-denominational evangelical, canonically. Except under the Tom King run, which is something completely different. Even though his mother, and this is where this could
Jesus for everybody.
be... Josh,
Jesus for
this is-
everybody.
This is where Kent's daughter could be right. Because in canon,
Okay.
Martha Wayne was ethnically Jewish. And that's why Cassandra Cain, Batman's cousin, is Jewish in the comics. So, Kent, you could be Batman.
Okay. All I need is about $2 billion. You know?
Yeah, but the religious background's there.
Yeah, and I just need to be an orphan. Oh. Or some tragic backstory. I want to be a vigilante. Jeez.
Can you just picture Kent patrolling Farmington in black tights?
Listen,
Oddly enough, I kind of could.
I
There's a man in tights that's running down the street.
No, I used to run
It's
around
a spelling
Farmington
bee.
making videos with my friends. This was 7th grade, so I was obviously a really cool kid. And Power Rangers was big at the time, but I was too old for it.
There
but
goes the cool factor right
I still
there.
really liked
No,
it.
Super Sentai's way awesome.
And I was the Blue Ranger also. And so we'd make, we called them Mighty Morphin, like corny Rangers. That's what we called them. And so we were all colors. So we'd all wear sweats in the color that we were, but we'd wear underwear, like whitey tidy underwear. Is it tidy whitey or whitey tidy? But we'd wear underwear
whitey.
on the outside of our sweats, and then we'd run around Farmington that way. So yeah, kind of did. It's fine. We play night games in them. It's okay.
You should say, okay, so you said 7th grade. Until when, like senior year?
No, it was up until senior
Last
year when we
year?
started making backyard wrestling videos
Okay.
for
So it
POW.
never really stopped.
But you
Yeah.
still wore your tidy whities
No,
outside of your
No,
pants,
he
right?
just took his vigilantism from the night to the day.
yes, and I felt more confident, so I wore less layers. So it's just a unitard at that point, just a skin tight unitard. So
Man,
listen, the
that's-
spelling bee has got to show off some skin.
That's
you
a
know?
lot of confidence right there.
Yeah.
Oh, is it skin or curves?
I was as lurpy as you could get.
Speaking of the fact that you're in Farmington now,
Yeah.
well, back in Farmington,
The big news.
that's different segue, but that works.
Okay. Yeah. Wait, what were you going into? Because I had a different story.
I was going into driving around my neighborhood this weekend and seeing people polish off and fix up their side-by-sides and being ready to be pissed off because side-by-side season's starting.
Oh.
And you get the joy of side-by-side season living out
Yeah.
of in your new place.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Wait, is that
What's side by sides? I have no idea what you're talking about.
So you know, like the souped-up four-wheelers?
Oh,
Mhm.
I hate those things.
Yeah.
The best thing that has ever happened to me from moving from Bountiful to South Jordan is I don't have to share the road with those side by sides. I
pretty
didn't know
annoying.
that's what they were called.
Yeah, side by sides, UTVs, they're pretty annoying.
Oh,
Yeah, now that you're back in Farmington, you get them driving around at all hours of the day.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm saying I'm just going to be wearing my blue sweats and my tidy whities and ready to jump into one. So just be ready if that's what you're driving around. Okay? Yeah.
But yeah, Farmington, other big news.
I
coming
like
out of
how it's like this week in Farmington.
I would
Yeah.
say that's the title of the episode, but we actually probably want to get people to listen to this.
So this
Yeah,
is
but we didn't say if it was Farmington or Farmington, New Mexico.
Yeah, it could be New
the Gene
Mexico,
Hackman
right?
story.
Yeah, because that's going to get more clicks.
oh the Gene Hackman story.
Oh, yeah.
Did that not take like the creepiest turn?
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Let's back up.
yeah.
Okay? So 2 weeks ago, they announced that
we really are going to market to Farmington, New Mexico.
I know, we really are now. So they announced that Gene Hackman, who was 95, right? At death's door for a long time, anyways, being taken care of by his wife, who was near 30 years his junior. And they lived at their home, and they had 3 dogs, and they announced that the police announced that they were both found dead with one of their dogs also passed. And everyone's like,
In a state of mummification.
yeah, and they're like, what the crap? But they didn't even announce that till later. Everyone was like, oh, did they both drop due to carbon monoxide? This doesn't seem like murder-suicide. Like maybe it was a gas leak or something like that, because why would they both be dead and one of their dogs? And then police were like, oh, by the way, they were kind of mummified by the time we got there. It's like, what? Excuse me? Oh, and the dog was in the closet next to the body of the wife. Huh? Okay. Like, what's going on here?
Still could have been a murder-suicide, but with the dog and wife.
Yeah, right.
It just looked very sketchy and was just weird without all the details.
And even with the details, I think we're still like not even getting all of them yet.
No.
I think there's still going to be another round because they've recently announced as of a couple days ago that this is so sad. Get ready.
Oh, this is the worst. Like, this is now a new fear unlocked.
Yeah. So his wife was his caretaker. She was in her mid 60s, and she apparently, they're saying, died of the hantavirus, which is basically mouse poop and dirt, right? It's the thing that like our moms told us not to kick up too much sand for fear of the hantavirus, which seems weird. So she got the hantavirus. She drops dead in the bathroom, I believe, and the dog I think is in there as well. Or is it a cage or something?
He was in a kennel.
A kennel, okay.
So
Yeah.
he died from starvation, most likely,
Ugh, that's so sad.
which is horrible. But then there's Gene Hackman.
Meanwhile, she is his caretaker. Is it a week? Are they saying a week?
Yeah, about a
A
week.
week.
Okay, so
5 days to a week.
so he is living in the home, probably addled out of his brain. He's old, probably tons of dementia. I don't
He has
know.
they
if-
actually did-
Alzheimer's.
Yeah.
Alzheimer's. They were saying he
Mhm.
was starting to show severe signs of Alzheimer's.
Mhm.
So I don't. They haven't said like, did he? I mean, obviously they'll never know. Did he know that she was there and he couldn't call for help, or did he just not couldn't find his wife?
The working theory is that he just didn't realize she was dead because of the
Oh.
Alzheimer's. So he was just living with her dead body in the bathroom, going about his life the best he could, not realizing he was living with his wife who had passed. So you can picture him just talking to her and holding conversations with her laying on the floor.
That seems like a
Not realizing she's
Sundance
passed.
movie.
Honestly.
Oh.
So did he starve to death? Is that what they're saying, or did he just collapse?
Heart.
Oh,
Heart disease.
No.
Mhm.
Heart disease.
what the?
Yeah, because his pacemaker went off somewhere. I want to say it was like what, February 17th or something like that.
Okay.
About a week or 10 days before the bodies were found.
Wow.
So I mean, who knows? Like I don't. Who knows how much mobility he still had?
Sure.
Because I mean, I've had grandparents with Alzheimer's.
Mhm.
He was
and-
found in the front walkway.
Yeah. So more than likely than not, he was walking around, and yeah, I mean, it just that like honestly, when I read those details, it's like a movie script,
Yeah.
just a horror movie script, and
Starring Gene Hackman.
Honestly, like it
Oh.
just made me sad because like I hate to judge, but you ask so many questions. Like he had, I think like 2 adult daughters that live semi close,
Mhm.
and it's like, hey, check on your parents, or have someone, right? Like it's nice to have a caretaker, but also at 95, maybe there should be a little bit more help at that point or consideration.
Or just like you hadn't heard from him in over a week.
That's just it. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's
Him or
at
his
least
wife?
2 weeks.
Yeah.
But who knows? I mean, they could have had a conversation with him over the phone, before he passed. I don't know. You don't know because, and apparently Albuquerque, a lot of movie stars go there to just get away from Hollywood and everything. And so, being a recluse in that setting, I guess people also just kind of gave him their space.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just gives me the kind of the heebie-jeebies, and I just feel so bad, for
Mhm.
everybody involved in that.
Yeah.
Because
It's
I just
crazy.
hate the thought that he suffered.
Yeah. And hopefully
I
he
don't
just
know
didn't
if
know,
he's-
right?
Yeah, I don't think he suffered. I think because, at that point he's kind of just on autopilot.
Well,
know?
yeah, and I guess it depends on how much mobility he really did have,
Mm-hmm.
and how much cognitive ability he had there to, be able to feed himself. So obviously, I mean, he did last an extra week. So
Guys,
I guess
that's
it did.
that's what I'm saying. 84 years old. 84 years old. I'm taking myself out of the equation. I'm going to go down to South Africa and go swim with some great white sharks. And I'm going to go face my greatest fear. And I'm going to have a heart attack.
No, you're not.
84 years old. Yeah.
No, because here's the deal. At 84 years old, you are a great specimen, for lack of a better word. Okay.
Okay, where are you going with this?
There's nary a lick of fat
Are we
on you.
professing something here?
Listen,
I'm just saying fat is flavor. The sharks aren't even going to show up for Kent dipping in the pool.
listen.
Okay.
I'm so full of carbonation.
For me, they're going to be like, whew, bacon. But for Kent, they're like, turkey bacon.
Listen,
Yeah,
Spencer,
I'm not showing up for
I don't
breakfast
want
at
them to eat
Kent's.
me. I'll just see one and I'll have a heart attack and it will be a nurse
No,
shark.
they're not going to show up. They're not going to show up.
Yeah, they will too because they know that I am so afraid of them.
No, the most you're going to get is RFK Jr. swimming towards you because you're the turkey bacon of the sea.
Oh my! I'm the turkey bacon of the sea. Oh, that's ridiculous. But 84 is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's my time.
Knowing the aging and seeing the aging process play out after 85, I don't want to live that much longer after 85. And my grandma even said that when she
Really?
turned 85. She's like, I hope I don't live long into my 90s because she's like, I'm just tired. And
Listen, Josh, I'll book us a trip.
okay.
Just know that randomly, cryptically, you're gonna get a ticket sent to you to South Africa.
You could always send me to the North Pole and go see Santa's reindeer.
No, if you're going to go to South Africa, don't let the sharks do you in. Go out Captain Phillips style.
With the Somali pirates? Like, what do you mean?
Yeah. At least that way you're guaranteed to go.
I don't know. I would
You
have...
might be wandering the ship for 5 days with everyone dead around you, but hey,
Yeah, no, I'd probably...
you're going to go.
I'd be like a deckhand for like 5 years. I'd be so old I wouldn't even know what's going on.
You'd be a deckhand, so just a hand on the deck once they
Oh,
cut the rest up and throw it to the sharks.
Here come the dad jokes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, here we go. Okay, can I talk about the other Farmington?
Yes.
The cool Farmington guys?
The other Farmington.
Okay.
Farmington, Massachusetts?
Yeah, there probably is one. There's probably a Farmington in every state. But the one I want to talk about is Farmington, Utah, because what is Farmington known for other than being the home of Kent C. Dunn? It's Lagoon. Lagoon Amusement Park. And unfortunately, it's still Utah's really only amusement park. Hurry up, Brandon Sanderson, with whatever you have planned. Is that still a thing, Spencer? The whole
Would you
Sanderson
really
world?
call it an amusement park, though, if it doesn't really have a lot of rides or any rides?
As of right now, it's confirmed Brandon Sanderson is not involved with the purchase of the Evermore Park. In fact, the Evermore Park is currently still owned by the original group that owned them. There are other ownership group that was trying to purchase it when under agreement. Basically, they didn't actually buy the park. They were doing their due diligence and actually investing in building up the park during the due diligence. But then the original owner of the park decided not to sell after they'd already invested into building up the park.
Oh, it makes me sad. Well,
makes me really sad. Which, by the way, Farmington, Arkansas, Farmington, California, Farmington, Connecticut, Farmington, Delaware, Farmington, Georgia, Farmington, Kentucky, 2 of them. Farmington, Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Maine, Michigan, Minnesota, Mississippi, Missouri, New Hampshire, New Mexico, New York, North Carolina, Ohio, Oregon, Pennsylvania. There's actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in Pennsylvania, Tennessee, Utah, Virginia, 2 in Virginia, 3.
What is that, about
4
50?
in Virginia. Farmington, Washington, Farmington, West Virginia, Farmington, Wisconsin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in Wisconsin. Farmington Canal in New Haven, and Farmington River in Hartford, Connecticut.
Well, I'm glad you brought this up because I'm looking up the news in Farmington, Maine, since you said there was one, and it's the dailybulldog.com, and it's Franklin's County First News. And if you guys want to hear about some of the latest headlines, if you guys want to hear about that,
Shoot,
yes, sir.
We're here.
Teen Yoga Night, building healthy relationships. Okay. Let's see.
That's a terrible headline for teen yoga.
Oh,
building healthy relationships.
A Safe Voices to hold 3rd annual Grown Up Book Fair at Great Falls Plaza. That's pretty cool. Okay, how about this?
I'm down.
Open mic night in Farmington, live at St. Joe's. Okay.
Oh, boy,
guys, the Kingfield Art Walk returns this Friday.
Ooh, I'm so there.
And lastly, I know this is really controversial. Hold on, let me see. There's controversial news.
What about the zoo there in Farmington?
Oh, see, no other Farmington has as big a news as Farmington, Utah. And that's what I want to talk about. And if anyone has been to Lagoon or grew up around, and I happen to work there.
Arms of the angel.
Precisely, because we're talking about the animals that have called Lagoon home for, oh my gosh, we'll probably find a date in here somewhere, but they've been there for a long time.
I think since 1967. So
Is
it's
it
been
67?
over
Okay.
Wait,
50 plus years.
are you guys saying they're not going to do Steak Lagoon days anymore?
Yeah.
No more animals at Lagoon?
Oh my goodness.
Do you remember? Okay, speaking of Steak Lagoon Day, I'm sure you remember this because we basically had the same childhood. But do you remember Steak Lagoon Day and you get the little packets from your ward or your steak, like the little books,
Yeah,
and then they have the stickers
with A, B, and C tickets.
I miss those days.
And you'd get the
Listen.
hamburgers there, and they were like basically steamed hamburgers.
Yeah. And
That
you'd
tastes
always
like
be
Burger King.
You'd always be jealous of the families that had the KFC bucket back when they were delicious.
Yeah.
No, see, I was the employee at Lagoon all through my teenage years. It was like, oh, it must be Steak Lagoon Day. Ugh. Okay. Come on, all you freeloaders.
I'm
What?
pretty sure at least 30% of that book was just Tilt-A-Whirl tickets.
Yeah.
That sucks. Okay. So, anyways, Lagoon has had a zoo that there's a ride currently, or that has existed now for 50 years. That is
Tidal Wave.
It's the train. Well, yes, there's Tidal Wave, but there's the train that starts right at, is it the other side of Tidal Wave? Kind of on the west
Yeah.
side.
Is that Tidal Wave?
And you get on the train and you go see animals in very small cages. But like, and if anyone knows, they know. But like these animals, we're not like, hey, here's like a small, I don't know, I don't know, like what would be an appropriate animal in one of the cages, like a monkey, right? Like
A llama?
a llama maybe. But they legit
porcupine?
these are the animals that they had recently, and these are just the big cats. Denahi, which is a male African lion, he is 15. Athena, a female white Bengal tiger. Edwina was a black leopard. Prue, another black leopard, she's 14. Oliver was a male cougar, 10. And
I didn't know they existed.
And Phoebe, a cougar, 11. And it's
Shouldn't those be in Syracuse?
it's funny. My daughters were like, "Don't let the cats out. Like a mountain lion's gonna get it." And I'm like, "I don't see any single women out there." And I had to like explain the joke. It didn't work. Anyways, so like they had big cats. They have a ton of animals there. And you go and you're like, this is horrible. So it was right around, I think, 2018. Like people have cared for a while, but I think 2018 is when there started to be protests about the zoo and just trying to get them to shut it down. And I don't know what Lagoon's reasons were for like keeping it, but maybe it's just tradition. Or they're like, the animals are treated kindly. But like, I remember like when I was working at the water park, and this was 25 years ago, every morning, like 8 in the morning, like, you know, we'd be checking on slides, turn on the water, and you just hear it's going to sound
that tiger,
the tiger. and I want to say
it was
Josh,
a depression yell.
yeah,
It wasn't anything.
It wasn't a
One of those.
you know, one of those moans. It was more of a cry, and you'd hear it every day. And I'm like, oh, this is horrible. And I think right around that time, one of the trainers got bit. Right, someone that was pretty careless and got bit, but they still didn't close it down. And I would even take my daughters all growing up. There's a Farmington Trail right behind Lagoon. It borders the houses and then the back of Farmington. And if you take that, they have deer, they have elk, and the bison, which I actually really like that. I'm like, oh, there's a little bit more space, but it's still really sad to see them with animals. Well, finally, Lagoon is saying, we're done. We're done with the zoo. In fact, they've actually been done for a while. They just kind of did a like relocation effort at the end of 2024. So all the cats I just named have already been moved to Colorado to a wild animal sanctuary, which is great, right? Because Lagoon's going to open, I think, officially sometime this month. And I think they wanted to prepare people that maybe were excited for the train, though I don't think anyone does get excited about the train.
No.
What are you talking about? Hazel loves to train.
Does she? So with the animals and everything?
Oh, no, she's never been to Lagoon, but she loves trains.
Yeah, and if you do go on the train, just don't tell her animals were there. And she's like, I like the train. You're like, that's all there is. And
Logan's Baby Animal Days has a train with animals.
Oh, that's cute.
And those animals are happy.
I think the ridiculousness, though, I even remember this from the Stake Lagoon Day tickets. They had the sticker for the train sticker, right?
Yeah.
And it always said Utah's second largest zoo.
Oh.
Do you remember that?
That's
like they would market that, and you go on this train, and there's 3 cages for the big cats. That's all under one house. Then I think they had a bear as well there.
Yeah.
And then they'd have a few dinky little cages, and I'll get to this in a minute, but I remember this dome chain link fence that they had. That's where they had the raccoons. When
Josh, that wasn't a display.
They just broke in.
That was actually where you put the trash.
Yeah.
No, we had a pet raccoon when I was growing up. And that thing took a turn for the worse. It got to be just a mean old bugger. And so we tried to give it to the Holgel Zoo. And the Holgel Zoo wouldn't take it. But Lagoon's
Utah's biggest zoo.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, bring it on down. Like, we'll show Holgel Zoo who, what's up. Maybe we'll get to be the largest zoo in Utah. And so we actually got to go down there.
Yeah.
And we went to the backstage and everything and saw the lions and tigers and everything. And
oh, my.
Gave Rascal the raccoon to Lagoon, and then I think we didn't see the raccoons there after like 2 years after that.
So I feel this kills 2 birds with one stone. Sorry, they probably killed way more birds than that. But By the way, they are bragging. By the way, they say big cats in captivity usually only live 12 years, but their big cats were like 14 and 15. And I was like, oh, good job for extending the sad life.
Yeah.
That poor tiger. Anyways, so not only are they getting rid of this, and honestly, it's something that I think should be applauded. It's like, cool. We get it. Tradition, whatever. It's fine. Because Lagoon is finally going, oh, we are running out of space to put rides.
Mm-hmm.
And truly, like, I don't know if they ever get rid of the actual gross lagoon that's right there, kind of bordering Tidal Wave, Laguna Beach, and Pioneer Village.
No, they got to keep the for the namesake.
I know, but like, it's gross. But also, maybe you bring back the paddle boats. But
oh no, that's too much work.
oh, those paddle
No,
boats.
you got to put in like a Disneyland style submarine ride.
Yeah, and it's all murky, and you see giant carp in there.
And here's a boot. Look, there's a boot.
This was lost in 1993.
This is a 1968 Chevrolet.
Do you see all the Tivas? Okay, so, but I do think that area where the animals were, and honestly, maybe even bordering kind of behind Rattlesnake Rapids, there's quite a bit of land back there. And if they're smart about what they're doing and, you know, maybe take less time to build the ride rather than like Primordial, which took like 7 years, like this
It
could
was
be
just dumb.
this could be good for them. Like, because they're basically building to fill up all their parking lots now. Like they're running out of space. Maybe they kind of tear stuff down. Maybe they take down the Tilt-A-Whirl, right? And that whole area and just make cooler rides that feel more quality, kind of like Cannibal, right? You go on Cannibal and you're like, this feels better than Lagoon.
Yeah, it's very non-Lagoon because of how good it is.
And I would say that they could, you know, it would justify the price of a Lagoon pass now, but I know they'll just increase the pass prices if they build anything new. So it's a good move, and it's for like people that care about animals, and it's a good move for Lagoon to have more space to build.
Well, it would be interesting to see what they do with that area because I would not keep the train.
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
Obviously, I mean, there's nothing to see unless,
Right.
well, because we know that they're not going to do animatronics or anything like that.
No,
But
there's
I
plenty
think-
to see, they put Office Space back there, and you can see the Office monkeys.
You're just full of great ideas. But I think you could do something fun with that area if you either drained the lagoon or redid it, right?
Yeah.
And did some type of water, either some type of water ride or maybe a roller coaster over the lagoon or something. You could do something
Or-
really fun.
Hear me out. Get rid of their camping.
Okay, Spencer, thank you. Best segue ever. Okay, here's my idea. And you remember how one time we tried to fix Disneyland, and then Spencer had all the right ideas? Once again, he has the right idea about Lagoon. So Laguna Beach is a place that in the 90s was better than Lagoon itself. But I've talked to my daughters, and they're like, oh, nobody goes to Laguna Beach anymore. It's pretty gross. Like, it's not great. And I was like, okay, that makes me sad. But how about this? Tear it down. Those water slides are so gross and outdated. Tear it all down. Build rides there, right? Because that would also be part of where you're taking the animals out as well, okay? And it can bridge over to where the zoo was and everything like that. Put Laguna Beach as a separate entrance. It's a water park with a separate but conjoining entrance.
Separate but equal entrance.
Where
Yes.
the campground is. So it's a little bit more narrow of a water park, but take out the campground. Maybe that makes them a lot of money, but just so people can be like, oh, I want to go to Laguna Beach. I can walk right in and right out without walking through the entire park.
Drain the lagoon.
Okay, go on.
Redo that whole lagoon area.
Yeah.
Make that Laguna Beach with the campground area.
Yeah.
Then you
Yeah.
have the real estate.
Yes.
You get to keep the name Lagoon because there is a lagoon there,
Mm-hmm.
but it's all swimming.
Yes.
You can have people swimming there in like fresh water that doesn't look like crap.
Yeah. Lagoon, call us. You know, I'm loyal. I'll come
Hey,
back.
maybe they have an 800 number I can call.
Oh, no, please don't. Okay.
Don't worry, it's not Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
There's not going to be some national crisis if I call.
But I do want anyone to comment on social media or give us a call about experiences you had with the animals at Lagoon Zoo, or just if you have any ideas to make Lagoon a little bit better, a little bit more worth the money.
And did you like the raccoons?
Yeah, they were yours. All right, let's take a call.
I was listening to your podcast, and I heard you guys talking about how bad Utah drivers are. Well, if you have a problem with Utah drivers, get the hell out. Go back to wherever you came from. We don't need you here anyway. 90% of all accidents are caused by people who learn to drive outside of Utah. That's a statistic. Look it up.
Listen, I'm going to kind of agree. I have never really jumped on the bandwagon with Utah as the worst drivers. I mean, I agree. When you're driving, and here we are in Utah, it's easy to say, man, these people are horrible. I actually, when I go to like California, I get that they're like know what they're doing maybe a little more, but the aggressiveness, I'm like, I don't know, the consideration isn't there as much. Like, I think it's kind of a fallacy to say they're the worst here because we're here. But at the same time, like, bad driving is bad driving. Yes.
No, I don't think Utah drivers are bad.
Then you're the problem, Spencer.
I think F-150 drivers, if they're
Okay.
lifted
Okay.
and are wearing the back hat backwards,
Uh-huh.
I think Suburbans, if they have lots of stickers on the back and are drinking from a swig cup.
So you're saying
Or they're-
with impairments, drivers are bad.
Well,
And you just happen to see a lot of those here in Utah. Is that what you're saying?
in general,
Yeah.
I think Utah drivers are very courteous drivers. The problem happens when you get California drivers who are not courteous drivers, all transplanting to Utah, and their driving style directly conflicts with Utah's driving style.
And listen, I mean, yeah, I mean, I like smack talking about the state as much as
scientific.
I know, right? But when I am, in the fast lane and there's a Wyoming plate right in front of me going 65, I'm like, oh, okay. All right. Really? You're making us look bad. But if anyone saw your plate, they'd know you're from Wyoming. No offense, Wyoming. I'm sure there's a Farmington there. I'm sure it's lovely.
No, I think that was one that was not on my list.
What?
Wow.
Let's see, Farmington, Washington, Wisconsin, Virginia. Yeah, no Farmington, Wyoming.
Okay. Well, yeah, they don't deserve one. All right. Do we have another call?
Hey guys, proud Disney mom here. I am officially old. I had to get hearing aids. My hearing in my left ear has been going out for a while. It's enough to where it's now considered mild to moderate hearing loss. But hearing aids are really expensive. They started at $1,000 for one, and my insurance will cover it after I meet my $1,000 deductible. So either way, I was spending $1,000, and I really didn't want to do that. So me being the little cheap person that I am, I got the Apple AirPod Pro 2s instead, which have a hearing aid function in them. So this is actually the first phone call I've actually made using my AirPods. So I hope the sound quality is good. I don't know. But yeah, I am now that old. I also was in a group text with my brother the other day, who's only 3 years younger than me. And he was like writing all this gibberish. I had no idea what it was. I finally figured out it was Gen Z speak. So I had to screenshot the conversation to my Gen Z daughter and have her translate for me. I am officially old. I'm wearing hearing aids. Okay, AirPods, but hearing aids. And I don't understand the Gen Z language. So I'm really old. I don't know. Next thing you know, maybe I'll have a cane, which I technically do need because my knee is still blown out. But, it sucks getting old, guys. That's all I'm going to say. Thanks for letting me vent.
Tanya, your sound quality is great. In fact, Josh complained less about it than he does about my mic.
Hey.
Listen, and also, Tanya, you're not old. Nobody understands what Skibbity Ohio, or let's see what else. No Cap.
No Cap.
You got the Riz.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody knows what that means.
I have to go to my point of reference here in just a second.
Yeah.
Let's see what else do we have. Yeah, that's all I got.
Okay. Yeah, and listen, Tanya.
Glowing up. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, you got it. Yeah, I had to glow up.
Glow up is that's not a Gen Z one. It's been around forever.
But kids say it a lot, and it's
it's been around since Chernobyl.
Oh my God, Spencer. But Tanya,
big yikes.
Based on where you're at in age, I'm going to say in about 51 years you can join Josh and I, because that's when you'll probably be 84, and you can come swimming with great white sharks in South Africa too. I mean,
you guys are getting quite the pirate crew together.
Yeah. I do like how this is a big euthanasia party. We're just going swimming. It's fine. But yeah, Tanya, it's fine. You got plenty of time before we take that big trip to see the world's biggest great white sharks.
But I will say hearing aids are so expensive. And that is why when my grandpa swallowed his hearing aids. He had Alzheimer's.
Oh,
And one morning, because he had a whole bunch of pills that he would take,
yeah.
we put his hearing aids right there because he'd put them in, take his pills and everything. He swallowed his hearing aids,
Oh no.
and they actually went through and pumped them out and got him out because they were so expensive. This was back in the early 90s, and I think they were
did they
pretty
work?
close. Oh, yeah.
Did they work
yeah.
after?
Oh, yeah, they did.
It's kind of weird that, like, I mean, thankfully, it sounds like Apple's kind of at least made this technology semi-available, but that more companies have been like, hey, that's a lot of money. Should we, like, try to, I don't know, mass produce something that works that's cheaper?
I think that's great. That's a, I think
yeah,
it's a great idea. Great use of technology.
If Apple is doing that, that's pretty cool, and I think a pretty good solution, right? Because they're, what, 250 rather than 1,000?
Yeah, 300.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah.
Nice.
But yeah,
Well,
you're not
speaking
old to
of-
us. We don't understand the language either. So,
speaking of apples, this is my terrible segue.
oh,
Okay. Kent, you get movie reviews.
yeah.
Josh, you get amazing stories from races and life and being Josh. What do I
Okay.
have? I have food.
Food.
Your kids or
Yeah,
food.
that's all I got.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to steal content from Snack Locator on Instagram, and I'm going to tell you guys the upcoming new fast food releases for the next week.
Oh.
Let me know if you're excited for these.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm only going to do the ones from chains that we are going to have here in Utah. So I'm sorry you're not going to get the Bojangles update.
Bojangles.
first
I
up-
like Bojangles.
First up, we have coming from Chick-fil-A, the pineapple dragon fruit lineup. They're going to be having a lemonade, a frosted lemonade, and then a pineapple dragon fruit called Sunjoy that's going to be hitting Chick-fil-A's this week.
Okay.
Next up, brownie Oreo twist frosties are hitting Wendy's.
Wait,
All
okay.
right.
You're gonna repeat yourself there because I lost you.
Oreo brownie twist frosties. Josh, did you call this one in?
I must have when I was on something.
This is going to be a frosty mixed with Oreos and a brownie butter swirl. It kind of sounds like McFlurries of days gone by.
Yeah. McDonald's,
in
take
a-
note.
Right? Wendy's is stepping up their game. They really have been like crushing it. Have you tried their
The Thin Mint?
their garlic mushroom burger?
Oh, sounds horrible, but okay.
No, that's one of the best hamburgers I've gotten in a fast food place in forever.
You're so cute.
Yeah. Well, get ready for Chipotle. They're coming out with a heat sweet. It's a new honey chicken Chipotle.
Okay.
So you can get this at Chipotle Mexican Grill. You get this in the bowl. It's honey and Chipotle mixed together. Great combo. A little saucy, heat and sweet. But even better is Dairy Queen is getting their Cookie Monster lineup, and they're going to be doing a Blizzard. And you can actually dip in your Blizzard into the melted cookies and cream chocolate, the blue one.
What?
They'll also have the original cookies and cream dip cone, and then an Oreo Cookie Monster parfait.
Wow.
Like the Cookie Monster, like Sid Cookie Monster.
No, it's called Cookie Monster because it's blue.
It's blue.
But it's cookies and cream chocolate.
Oh, okay. But it has nothing to do with Sesame Street, right?
No,
Oh, that's
No,
kind of
Other than the fact that it's
I think that's why they had
not
yeah, they had to
interested
start calling it like
unless it is
Cookie Crunch.
endorsed by Sid himself. I want nothing to do with it.
Who's Sid, by the way?
Cookie Monster. That's his first name.
What?
You
No,
didn't
it's
know
not.
is
this?
his first name.
You didn't know this?
Nobody
I thought
knows
his first name
this.
was
Who
Cookie,
knows
last
this?
name Monster.
Google it. I'll
Is
give
it
you some
Sid
time.
or Sydney?
Sid.
What? That's the
Yeah.
dumbest thing ever.
It's not the dumbest thing. Everybody has a first name.
Yeah, and by the way,
why
you-
should Cookie Monster not have a first
You
name?
can't just throw that out and say like, "Oh, did Sid talk about this?" Everyone's like,
I thought
Is he
everybody
okay?
knew who Sid was.
"Oh no." I nope, non-canon. Non-canon.
No.
Cookie Monster's real name is Sid Monster. That's stupid. Though he prefers to be called Cookie Monster, he first revealed his real name in a 2004 song and again in a 2017 interview. No. Sorry. No.
What? Just because it wasn't revealed in your childhood
The
time
only
frame?
this is how he's looking for rhyme. He says, "Me was just a mild-mannered." It's the worst Cookie Monster voice. Little kid. In fact, back then, me think me name was Sid. Back then, me think. Not back then, my name was.
Yeah, no, this is like Batman and Bruce Wayne. Which one is the real identity? It's Cookie
No,
Monster.
he's a kid that was confused about what his real name was. It's Cookie, obviously. Like he works on Beck Street. Okay, what else, Spencer?
Very local reference.
Next up, we are popping back to Wendy's. Note I said pop. because strawberry Pop-Tart Frosties are hitting. This is a vanilla Frosty with a swirl of strawberry with strawberry Pop-Tarts mixed in.
Yeah.
So they're really getting into like the mix and like
Yeah.
shake
If only it was
department with
better
those
ice cream.
Frosties.
But yeah, frosty
What are
ice
you
cream is
talking
bad.
about?
Frosty ice
No,
cream
it's
is
great.
legitimately bad.
No, it's not ice cream. It's a sockwood.
Yes, it is. It is a
It's a
sockwood.
solid and a liquid.
It's not good.
Staying on the strawberry train, we have new strawberry lemon biscuits hitting Carl's Jr.
Okay.
These are
I'm into
their
this.
biscuits with strawberries and with a lemon glaze on top.
Okay.
Like if you look at the picture, like I forgot.
Oh, okay. I'll eat those.
Yeah, so it's like it's strawberries
I
in the biscuit.
I don't trust
and then like
it
a lemon
from
glaze.
Carl's Jr. If it was like Popeyes, then I'd go tomorrow.
Oh come on.
Yeah, true story.
Domino's is giving us a new Parmesan stuffed crust.
Oh yeah, I've heard that their sales have been going down, and so they've been adding stuffed crust. They've
tier
been
one,
adding
by the way.
stuffed
The
crust.
great thing about fast food is when their sales start going down, they let the stoners start talking.
It's so true. By the way, Spencer, I don't know if you think Papa John's or Domino's is better, but Domino's.
Domino's is better.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, keep going. I just had to check.
For Burger King, we have jalapeno cheddar bites. These are like
Yeah, I think they've had those
cheddar.
before.
Yeah, these are coming back for a limited time, and then they're also releasing a new Steakhouse Bacon Whopper. This is a Whopper with like crispy onions, you know, like the French fried onions, bacon, and then Swiss cheese.
Okay.
So those are the new fast food releases coming up for the week. Let us know which ones you're most excited for. And you should also be looking forward to, from Subway, foot-long Dorito nachos.
Dorito nacho. Oh.
Subway,
So
you're
they're,
trying.
they're serving like little foot-long
They're-
boats, but like Doritos and
They
nachos.
just need to go back to the basics.
$5.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, cut it out, Subway.
I don't know. I'm pretty excited though for the
Make
Wendy's.
Subway great again.
For that Wendy's Frosty. I might have to try that.
Oh, the Oreo Frosty is going to be great.
Oh yeah.
I can't wait.
Yeah, McDonald's just needs to mix it up, I guess, for lack of a better term, with their McFrosties.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I love M&Ms in every. I mean, you know how much I love M&Ms, but M&Ms in ice cream just doesn't work
No.
because you eat the ice cream and
The
your
choking
M&Ms
hazard.
are still rock solid,
Yeah,
and so there's just not that good consistency. The Oreo one is pretty good.
it is good.
But they need more flavors, or they need to swap out the M&M one for something else.
We just need Jake's Over the Top to make a comeback.
Oh.
Gag.
Oh my gosh. Who hurt you?
Josh, you're not allowed to have opinions on food anymore.
Why? Just because I grew up on Nielsen's and
Oh, Nielsen's is overrated.
yeah, it is. But
It's rated, but it's overrated.
somehow when I got married, I lived closer to a Nielsen's.
I know. Okay,
That is true.
it's time to end the show. Josh, you want to take us out?
I better. You've just listened to The Other Show, starring Kent Dunn, Josh Hansen, and Spencer Myers. The Other Show is produced by Kent Dunn, Josh Hansen, and Spencer Myers. Show design and audio editing is done by me, Josh Hansen, and sales manager is Spencer Myers. The Other Show is generously supported by our friends on Patreon. A huge thank you to our Friends with Benefits tier. These friends are contributing a minimum of $25 a month, which in return comes with some rather significant benefits, including the weekly off-the-cuff episodes of The Other Show, monthly bonus episodes, quarterly live Q&A shows, and exclusive swag and perks. A huge thank you to our favorite Brit, Jonathan Vaskar, the lovely and talented Mrs. Robinson, the one, the only Chris Anderson, Brandon from Popfly Cards, Lady Terry A. Finley, the proud Disney mom, Tanya Budge, the other Keith Brown, it's Rick, not Dick Smith, Dave, and of course, our newest friend with benefits, Melanie Milring. To support The Other Show on Patreon, visit patreon.com/The Other Show to join. Please rate, review, and subscribe to The Other Show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, YouTube, or wherever podcasts are found. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and X. To better connect with us and other fans of The Other Show, join our Facebook group, The Other Group. For past episodes, links to our other shows, and to shop for show swag, visit our website at theother.show. And remember, when you're not listening to me here on The Other Show, you can hear me on my other show, The Party in the Back.
You can hear me on my other show, Baconsale.
And you can find me canoodling with Rick.
I'm over here with my hashtag blessed, trying to keep up, but I'm feeling stressed. You're out here flexing with your main character energy, while I'm just adulting, sipping my tea. You say, no cap, this vibe hits different. I'm like, cool story, bro, but I'm barely listening. You're slaying life, I'm just spilling the tea. Meanwhile, you're yelling, go off, bae, you're a snack to me. You're all facts, this is based. I'm glowing up, I'm like, the struggle is real. Can we just chill? You're yeeting through life, I'm gagged with a spoon. This generational gap's got me singing out of tune. Got basic riz, you've got clout. I'm living my best life, but you're going all out. You're sus, I'm sorry, not sorry. I'm dead, you're lit, it's a whole new story. Talk to the hand, I'm reading the room. You're living rent-free in my head, and it's big yikes too. I'm first world problems, your YOLO dreams. We're stuck in the middle of two different memes. You're out here standing with your thirst trap game. I'm like, bye Felicia, but you don't feel the same. You say, this ain't it, chief, I'm vibing hard. I'm like, that's what she said, while I'm playing my card. You're all big mood, this is my glow up era. I'm like, I can't even, is this real or hysteria? You're flexing with your main character flair. I'm just chilling with my basic despair. You're all facts, this is based. I'm glowing up, I'm like, the struggle is real. Can we just chill? You're yeeting through life, I'm gagged with a spoon. This generational gap's got me singing out of tune. I've got basic riz, you've got clout. I'm living my best life, but you're going all out. You're sus, I'm sorry, not sorry. I'm dead, you're lit, it's a whole new story. Talk to the hand, I'm reading the room. You're living rent-free in my head, and it's big yikes too. I'm first world problems, your YOLO dreams. We're stuck in the middle of two different memes. You say, slay queen, this is your moment. I'm like, bite me, I'm just trying to own it. Your hit's different, I can't even cope. But hey, at least we've both got hope.